UFC fight game.
One beat maker, the hit maker,
DK's World Podcast. Tune in or tune out. It's your boy TO3. In order to get out, you gotta go in. Even when your pride in the open, use your motion. 1-2 jab, gotta counter what he throwing. Can't be out of shape, your opponent starts knowing. Gotta feed my family, adrenaline starts flowing. Spinning back fists, knockout, I'm showboating. On my Nate Diaz, cause cookies what I'm smoking. Yes, in my blood, stand up or should I choke him? Thug Rose with these hands, I ain't boasting. Watch me do the dash from Fremont to Oakland. Next title fight, a bag is where I'm going. Next title fight.
And we are back, yo. Man. Man. What a card, huh? What a card. 251. Great card. I thought it was good, man. I was entertained. From start to finish. And dude, the fight started at 3 yesterday and lasted till like almost 11, bro. We had like legit a full shift of fights. They usually end like 9, 10 or something, but last night, man, we fights till like 11 o'clock, bro. It was good. Good fights. Early prelims, Kamaru Usman won. That Rallian Paiva. I thought he lost. This little dude, who is this guy? Zhalgas Zhumagulov. Zhalgas Zhumagulov. That dude, I thought he won the fight, bro. I thought he beat that Paiva cat. And what's crazy is on the last episode, I was like, I don't know any of these people. Here's the thing. With the names and the pictures, I just didn't recognize them. But I've seen this Paiva cat fight. Never seen the Zhumagulov dude. I think that was his debut. Carol Rosa, I've seen her fight too. And Vanessa Mello. I've seen both of them fight. I'm such an idiot, dude. Carol Rosa's, I saw, she's a little thicky. They both had some thick thighs, bro. But anyways, I've seen both of them fight. I've seen that Paiva cat fight. I saw Marcin Tybura fight. Never seen this Maxim Grishin cat, though. I never saw that. Marcin Tybura won decision. Paiva won the decision. I thought he lost. Carol Rosa won the decision. That's a good call. Marcin Tybura won preliminary, early second prelims. The Amir Khani, I've seen him fight, too. He got a submission win in round 1 over Danny Henry. I seen that Amir Khani dude fight before, too. Also, check this. This Leonardo Santos fight versus Roman Bogatov. Man, when I was watching that fight, I was like, in the first round, that Leonardo's weird reffing yesterday, huh? When Leonardo Santos had him, I thought you could have easily stopped that in the first round. You could have easily. Was it the first round where he had him hurt super bad and was just feeding it, gave him everything he had, and the ref just kept like, come on. Mark Goddard was being weird yesterday, I felt like. He was being strange when it came to that fight, and he was being strange when it came to the Jose Aldo fight. I was tripping. I was like, what's? It was Mark Goddard in both of those fights, right? Nah, it wasn't Mark Goddard in the Jose fight. Mark Goddard was not in the Jose fight. Scratch that. That was somebody else. But he was definitely in this Bogatov fight. I felt like he knew Bogatov or something because that fight was crazy. I felt like that Leonardo Santos cat had him hurt in the first round or whatever round that was, and I felt like they could have stopped it real quick. Like, boom, stop the fight. They didn't. He gave it all. He kind of gassed. Bogatov kicked dude in the dick, right? Kicked him in the dick. Dude took all 5 minutes, and then he kicked him in the dick again. I thought they could have DQ'd him for that, man. I mean, shoot, it was 2 dick kicks. They gave him -2 points. So dude won. Leonardo Santos won. I thought he should have won anyways. It should have been a stopped fight. That's what I thought. But I don't know. Mark Goddard was being weird in that fight. I thought that was real strange that how he was acting in that fight. It was crazy. And then, like I said, Amir Khani won the featherweight fight, submission first round. See here, no, that's not. Yeah, I missed this fight, dude. I had this welterweight fight, didn't see it. Muslim Salikov and the Elizu Zaleski dos Santos. That dude missed that fight. So the Muslim Salikov won by decision. I don't know. But geez, hey, this dude Jiri Prochazka. That's who I want to check out, bro. He fought Volkan Ozdemir. That was his debut, right? Had to have been his debut, bro. Yeah, it was his debut. Man, that cat is exciting, bro. He slept Volkan Ozdemir in the second round. Hard right hand. Threw like a 1-2. Boom. And then an overhand. Bang. Clipped him and just slept him. You never seen Volkan slept. Never. And what's crazy about that is during that whole fight, it was the first round Volkan won. I had Volkan win in the first round. He's looking good. Dude was doing a lot of flashy stuff, putting his head out, putting his hands down, head out. He's a wild man. I bet you that dude lives wild because you could tell he's one of those cats that loves to fight, you know. Born 1992. He's 27 years old. And he's Czech Republic. Where's he from? He was born in Czechia. What is that? Czechia? I'm just gonna bail on that. That's crazy. Yeah, he was exciting. This Jiri Prochazka, he was exciting, man. He's fighting with his hands down, throwing wild shit. And in the second round, he came out fire, slept Volkan immediately, bro. Because during that fight, I was like, Volkan looked the best shape we ever seen him in. Like, physically, at least, he looked the best. He had abs and everything. No, he's always kind of swole, like swole body. But he looked pretty jacked, man. He had a six pack and everything. He had some abs on him. I was like, damn, Volkan. And then the first round, he was looking good, fighting smart, landing nice shots. Dude was landing nice shots too, but he was starting to gas, it seemed like. And then the second round, he came out fire and just let off, threw like a head kick, threw a couple little like bing, bing, boom, overhand right, and then just slept him up against the cage, and he was knocked out cold, bro. It was crazy because when he woke up too, he was like, damn, what happened? You could tell he didn't know what the hell was going on. He had no idea. Bro. But yeah, man, that was a cool fight. That was a great way to end the free fights. I'm excited, and he speaks some good English. Speaks pretty good English, so it's pretty exciting to see what's up with him. And then the pay-per-view card, man. They started off with Amanda Ribas and Paige. That's I thought that fight was gonna go the way it did. That's what I thought. That's what I kind of said. I think in the last show, I was like, man, I think Amanda Ribas is gonna put it on Paige, bro, and she did. It makes me feel bad for Paige. I love Amanda Ribas though, man. She's a little hottie, and she's just a wild girl, bro. She's sick. I love her. She got her in an armbar first round, put her up against the cage, basically, tossed her, little hip judo toss, boom, slammed her on the ground, bro, and then a little bit of scrambling, and then caught her in an armbar. Paige tried to get out of it, couldn't, sunk it, boom, tapped out first round. I wish it would have went a little longer, but that's kind of how I saw that fight going, bro. I kind of seen that fight going like that, and I seen Amanda Ribas. She was saying like she wants to go back down to 15, or she wants to go back down to 15 or stay at 25. She said either way she want a top 10, and I feel her. I think she should. If she goes down to 15, that's savage. If she goes down to 15, bro, there's great fights there for her. If she stays at 25, there's great fights for her. I think she should. Whatever she does, man, I don't care. I'm a fan, bro. I like Amanda. She's sick. She's nasty, bro. Black belt, high-level black belt. Her striking has gotten way better. And her clinch work is nice, bro. So I'm excited for her and what's next. I don't know what will be, but it's exciting. Yeah, man. That was a good fight. It was a good win. And she's just awesome when she does her post-fight interview. She seems so excited. She had a busted nose. She was like, I hate to see blood on my face. I was like, damn, bro. But she's tight, man. And that was the opening fight for the pay-per-view card. That was the opening fight. So it was beautiful, man. I loved it. And then, of course, you know who's next? Thuggy. my girl Thug Rose. You know what I mean? Man, I get clammy and nervous when I watch her fight or I watch JJ fight, man. It makes me real nervous. What's crazy too is because earlier in the day, you know, Mike texted me and he was like, "You ready? It's fight day, bro." And I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I guess I'm ready." I was like, "Shoot, man, I'm hella nervous." He was hella nervous, more so, you know, for sure, because you know they train together and shit, and you know they're out there with them actually. But I'm just nervous as a fan that barely knows her, you know what I mean, and Pat and all them. But I hit Mike like, "Yeah, bro, once this, I just need this fight to end, and then I could just like kind of be normal the rest of the day, you know, or rest of the night." So once it was just like, damn. After Amanda, it was surreal because it was like after Amanda Hebus' fight, I was like, dang, Thug Rose is right now, you know. So I was super nervous watching her, but she looked ready. I knew what she's capable of and how it could happen. What really messed me up is like, so this is how I saw it. I saw her winning all the rounds. She could have lost the third round, possibly. She got just damage wise, she might have lost the third round. But here's the thing. I don't know how any judge saw it was a split decision win for Rose. That's what it was. It was a split decision win for Rose, and it was 29-28 for one judge, 29-28 for one judge for Thug, 29-28 one judge for Jessica, and then now, of course, it comes down to the last judge, 29-28 split decision win for Thug Rose. And I'm just like, bro, how is that even, who in their right mind had one of those judges had fucking Jessica Andrade winning, bro. One of those judges had Jessica Andrade winning. And don't get me wrong, Jessica Andrade looked crazy. She had she came out with dumb head movement this fight, bro. Like she made adjustments. But here's what I noticed. When she was moving her head so much, she couldn't really be offensive. She was moving her head so much that she couldn't be offensive with the head movement. So she'd fall into her old ways. And when she'd fall into her old ways, she'd start brawling. And she would land some shots, but she would get smacked too, though, because she would stop moving her head. So I noticed, like, as she's moving her head, she wouldn't be able to be offensive. She would just have to only focus on moving her head and just stay just slipping punches and shit. And she was doing really good, don't get me wrong. Rose was still finding it, though. She was still finding it, and I was super impressed with Rose, man. Her stand-up is incredible, bro. Her angles and how she spins off, she'll get in and she shifts and she, like, they're little check hooks that she throws, you know what I mean? And it's really nice. I was really impressed. I was super happy that she won, so my night was set based off that fight. I say congrats to Mike, JJ, Pat, all them, you know. So congrats one more time, because the next fight is the title fight, because that was legit the martial arts of the night. If you think about it, that was true martial arts of the night, because it was number one versus number two. Rose was number two, Jessica was number one. Rose won, now she's number one, and now she's gonna fight Weili Zhang for the belt. I'm not sure when. I'm hoping by that time there's fans allowed. I hope it's next year sometime, to be honest. I hope it's 2021 in like March or April or some shit, so fans could go or something, so we could get back to business and support her with everybody, because that would be super dope to show up at a fight and show some love, bro. But yeah, man, I was super happy. So congrats to the whole 303 squad. You know what I mean? Super happy. No more nerves until the next one, you know? So congrats, Dougie. You did it. Number one, the belt is next. We're coming back. We're coming back for that 2-time champion type shit. You know what I mean? So we'll be there. I'll be there. If the fans are allowed, you know, 100% I'll be there. Anyways, what was after that? Oh yeah, then Jose. See here, man, Jose. So I picked Amanda, I picked Thug Rose, and I picked Jose. And Jose looked good. It was weird. There was a couple moments in the fight where Jose looked like he was kind of like giving up or something. You know, that's how I felt. Or he would like cover up and just start covering up and only covering up. And I was like, damn, why is he just doing that? And he was only covering up. But Petr Yan, I'm sold. I'm officially sold. I said that before the fight. I was like, I'm not fully sold, but I'm sold. I always knew his hands was good. If you ask anybody around me, bro, when I first seen that fool make his debut, I was like, this dude's a problem. I know when I see somebody and I'm like, that dude's a problem. But I just wasn't fully sold, you know what I mean? Because I just wasn't. But anyways, it was a great fight, man. I thought because they went 5 rounds. He finished him in the 5th, which is really impressive to finish Jose Aldo in the 5th round. That's really impressive. Jose's kicks were working. So that's what I was realizing. Jose's kicks were working, and they was forcing. Jose's kicks were forcing. So Petr Yan is a orthodox fighter, right? Left foot forward, like a lot of people. And then Jose would throw that right kick, that low calf kick, and smack his leg and force him into southpaw. And it took, I feel like when he was in southpaw in the first beginning, half of the fight, Jose was doing better. It took a little bit of time, I think, for Petr Yan to find his range when it came to southpaw, when him fighting southpaw. But when he did find it, he found it, and it was nice, bro. He started landing nice shots. And he would just throw bombs, bro. He kept the power all the way to the 5th for sure. Because I knew like every shot Jose was doing a really good job slipping punches with his head movement. Like he'd get it great. They would graze him, they would nick him. But I felt like he was doing really good. But I thought it was he won in my eyes. I think Jose won like 1 round maybe, and it might have. I can't remember what round it was, but it might have been the 2nd round. I can't remember, dude, but it was 2 or 3, because then 4 and 5, Peter started finding it, and that southpaw, he started looking nice. And I think they asked him about that, like, how'd you get so comfortable with southpaw? And I think he said something about his boxing. He's a boxer. I think his first thing was boxing. Anyways, but yeah, he looked really good. And then he stopped Jose. And Jesus Christ, who was that ref? Who was that ref, man? Shame on you, bro. You let like 60 unanswered punches go. You let like 60 unanswered punches. He covered his head. Look, as a fighter, all you could do, he's not going to quit. Jose's not going to tap on the floor like, oh, I've had enough. You know that for a fact. It's the ref's job to protect the fighters, right? So if you get all these unanswered punches and you're just covering your head like this and just rolling, trying to avoid damage, that's basically what you're doing. You're scrambling, you're trying to avoid damage, but all you're doing is covering your head. There's no bettering the transitions to or like transitioning to get better positions to not get hit as much. There was none of that happening. They could have been stopped it like 60 seconds prior to when they did actually stop it. You know what I mean? I don't know. Shit was off last night. Shit was weird last night. The judges made mistakes. The refs made mistakes. I'm just hoping there's fights on Wednesday. Well, that's the Calvin Kattar and Danny Ige fights. So those are on Wednesday. I'm hoping adjustments are made and corrections are made, because there was some weird shit going on when it comes to the refs and judges. But anyways, Petr Yan took it. He's now the new bantamweight champ. So we have a 35 champ. I seen so I mean now basically is the fight that we wanted. Petr Yan should be fighting Aljo. So that's the fight probably that's gonna happen, I would imagine. I mean, they asked Dana White and he said, "Oh no." So I don't know. Who knows, bro? I would imagine in 35, there's nobody else there. Cody Garbrandt's there. I mean, he got 1 win over who did he just knock out? Rafael Sensao. So he knocked out Rafael. I guess he could. I wouldn't do that. I feel like that's not fair. I think Aljo deserves it, man. We all know that. All the fans know that. Aljo versus Petr Yan. Let Aljo get that fight, bro. And then you can do whatever you want after that, man. Cody or whatever, you know what I mean? But, yeah, shout out to Petr Yan, man. You new champ. That's great. 2 Russian champs, Habib and Petr Yan. So that's cool. And then the co-main, man, Max. Hey, Max versus Volkan was a great fight. I thought it was sick. Max definitely made the adjustments. Every time he got kicked, he threw a kick right back. Also threw a lot more kicks in this fight than he did. He was active. He was moving, a lot of movement. I saw a lot of like Nick Diaz swag in it. You know, I was digging that. The hands up, the hands up. Like, what's up? You know what I mean? I was feeling that shit. I was like, oh, he be on his Nick and Nate Diaz shit, bro. I swear. But yeah, that was a good fight. Here's the thing. Max lost. I thought he won. I thought he won rounds 1, 2, 3, lost 4 and 5. That's my opinion. I'm not a judge. I feel like most people had it that way. Round 3 was the toss-up. Round 3 was the fight. Round 3 was the round that obviously was the tough one to judge, but I felt like Max got that round. I feel like it ended in Volkanovski's favor. I think he started turning up the last minute and a half in round 3. That's why people might have gave it to him, but I don't care about if you turn up in the last minute and a half of a round. If you're losing that first 3.5 minutes, you lost that round, bro. You know what I mean? It's like a fight. If you lost the first 3 rounds and then you win the last 2, you don't win the fight. You lost the first 3. So if you lost the first 3 minutes of a round, unless you do like extreme damage and hurt somebody crazy in the last couple minutes of a round, then you can steal the round. But that didn't happen, you know? Basically, it's the same thing that happened to Max in the Max thought he won the first fight and lost. Volkanovski won the second fight. Feels like he won the second fight, but I think he lost, but he sees himself that he thinks he won. It's not the same exact thing, but like, I don't know. I thought he lost. I think I would say, here's the thing. I was watching the post fight and Volkanovski was like, oh man, that chapter's done. He's basically closing the door on Max. That's what it seemed like. He was like, he got to get some more wins and then come back. To me, if I ran the company, I don't even care, bro. Who's in featherweight? Korean Zombie. Who else? Yair. These guys aren't even active like that. Brian Ortega hasn't been active since he lost to Max. Who else is there? Frankie Edgar, I guess, is there. Oh, I guess Calvin Kattar and Danny Ige are both there. But these are fights. Those guys aren't deserving title shots, man. Run that shit back. Trilogy, Max and Volkanovski. Run that back one more time. Winner takes all. Because Max won that shit. And I know it's like Max lost both fights on paper, but he won that second fight, man. Everyone's saying he won that second fight. Dana thinks he won the second fight. The fans think he won the second fight. The only people that don't think he won that fight is Volkanovski and his team, which is understandable. I get it, you know. But he's trying to close that door, and I don't like that. I think Max deserves a trilogy, man, for all the work he's done. And plus, it's a great fight. It's a real tough matchup for both of them. So I love that shit. But yeah, it's I just think bad judgment, man. Bad judges. They fucked up. They messed that one up for him. The main event, Jorge and Kamaru. Damn, man. You know, that's the way I saw it in my head. Look, on my picks, you know what? I'm doing this from now on. I'm picking the way I think I should pick. Like smart, you know? I'm not gonna pick with my feelings no more. Because I did it. I didn't pick with my feelings with Max. I picked Volkanovski. I wanted Max to win. I thought he won, but he lost on paper. And then I went with my heart on the Jorge and Kamaru instead of my brain. I was like, I want Jorge, man. I've been rocking with Jorge for a long time. So I picked him. I was like, I can't just not pick with my heart any of these fights. And I let Max go. I just got to pick smart from here on, bro. Because then I can get all these fights right, bro. Like, I just get carried away with like, man, I want that motherfucker to win, though. But anyways, Jorge, it went the way I thought it was going to go. Jorge kind of was gassed. He wasn't, even though he did train a little bit up to it and then lost it in the last couple weeks, you could tell he wasn't in the best shape as he was like when he fought Ben Askren or Darren Till. He had abs in those fights, or Nate Diaz. He had abs in those fights. He didn't have no abs yesterday or last night, you know. His gas tank wasn't there. But here's what I was really impressed by. All the takedown defenses that he had, which was really impressive. I don't know, it was like what, 7 out of 10? He defended 7 out of 10. And then he would have some exploding moments and land some shots, but nothing crazy, and then he'd get taken down or put up. Kamaru's really good at putting you on that cage, grinding you out, beating you up. And, man, foot stomps? Come on, Kamaru. I thought we're over this. No more foot stomps, man. It's not fair. Those fucking things probably hurt, bro. They hurt my feet just looking at him. He did foot stomps. He did thigh punches. He did shoulder punches, bro. He did everything and just grinded them out. won all 5 rounds, I would say. Yeah, because, I mean, I think 2 judges gave him 50-45. I think so. I think 2 judges gave him that. So I think he won all 5 rounds. If anything, the round one maybe went to Masvidal. Maybe. I don't know. But, yeah, Kamaru did his thing. He looked really good. What's next for him? Colby, I guess a Kobe rematch, a Jorge rematch on a full camp. Oh, Gilbert Burns, really? Now, yeah, it's Gilbert Burns probably. Gilbert Burns for sure is gonna get that fight. But yeah, man, it was a solid night of fights. I was entertained. A lot of people complain, man. People are weird. People complain. They're like, you know, I just want to. I wonder. People are always boring, boring. Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna do better than that? Can you do better than that? I doubt it. You know what I mean? Listen, if a fight is boring, it's because you don't really know what you're watching. They could be slow. I understand that. They could be slow. But boring is different, man. Every fight when I'm watching, they're all intense because at any given moment, when you're dealing with these type of people, at any given moment, man, shit can go bad. You know, at any given moment. That's why it's so intense, and that's why I'm on the edge of my seat all night for all 8 hours. I'm just like, oh, shit, anything can happen, especially when it's people that I really rock with, like Rose. I'm nervous the whole time, bro, until they say her name at the end, you know, unless the fight finishes it, you know what I mean? But, yeah, man, solid night of fights. I enjoyed every second of it. I'll be back. Today's Sunday. This episode will be up Sunday. I think it's episode 8. I'll be back Thursday, I guess. Yeah, I'll be back. You know what? I will be back Thursday. Wednesdays is the fights. I didn't even know they were this Wednesday. So it's the 15th. Wednesday the 15th. Wednesday the 15th is Calvin Kattar and Danny Ige. That's the headline. So I'll be back Thursday. We'll be talking about those fights. Maybe you'll get one in between. I'm not sure. We'll see. But yeah, man. Again, shout out to Thug Rose and 303 and Pat Barry, Mike, JJ. I love you guys. I'm so happy you guys got the win. I needed that for my health. And I just needed it for my brain and for you guys to just get it and be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now, go home, enjoy, and chill out. I wanted to do this real quick because I got a closer. I just want to see what it sounds like. You know? Oh, you know what? Yeah. Yeah. So I'll see you guys on Thursday, and I'm gonna head out on this note right here, and we're out.
Sup, Rose? I'm not surprised, motherfucker. Surprise, surprise, motherfucker! The king is back.
They were super necessary.
And somebody might die.
DK's World Podcast.
We're out. Peace.